The Adventurer's Log 1.11.13.20. Hi, I'm Bobby, I'm your host, and today we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian. But before we get to that, let's get into this day in tech history. On November 13th, 1851, the first underwater telegraph cable was laid by British telegraph engineer John Watkins Brett and his brother Jacob Brett. The world's first operational underwater telegraph cable opens for business, connecting the English city of Dover to the French city of Calais. The cable ran at the narrowest point of the English Channel. With this link, communication between London and Paris was made possible. So thank you. All right, into The Mandalorian. Spoilers are ahead. If you've not watched it, pause this, go watch it, then come back. So, the next episode, Season 2, Episode 3 of Mandalorian, Chapter 11, is what I watched. Very good episode. So, it opens with Mando delivering his passenger, as he had said he would do. They kind of limped their way to Trask and did a very exciting crash landing into the ocean. Everybody was scared, but it looked like the kid was having fun. So, after the ship is rescued out of the water by what looked like one of the big walkers, the Imperial walkers, but was modified for a crane, so that was neat. We see a hooded person. We're not exactly sure who it is, but it doesn't look like Ahsoka. Ahsoka Tano. So, not that person. Few things happen. Mando is told where to go and who to talk to, and then is told, well, you go there with him, and that person was like, I'll take you to where you need to be, and it was a trap. And as the kid was thrown into a creature's mouth in the little pod thing he has, Mando jumps into the water to save him. The people who set the trap are trying to kill Mando. And in the process, other Mandalorians show up and attack and save Mando and the kid, and then they take their helmets off. And so Mando's like, oh, you're not Mandalorians. And they, the head one that we see, I don't remember what her name was, but is played by Katie Sackhoff, which, if you're a fan of sci-fi TV shows and movies like I am, you'll recognize her from Battlestar Galactica, the newest movie of Riddick, other sci-fi TV shows and movies like that. And she tells Mando that he is from the Child of the Watch, a terroristic sect that is broken off from the rest of the Mandalorians. And we know from the Clone Wars TV series that she used to be part of that group. And so Mando leaves. He's like, well, whatever, and leaves. And as he's walking away or whatever, or after he's flown off with his jetpack and he's walking back to his ship in town, he's attacked by more of the creatures that had attacked him in the first place, and they blame him for killing, this one guy's brother. Well, the other Mandalorians show back up and kill them, and then they have a conversation, and convinces Mando to go ahead, join them on their mission, and if he does, then they will assist him on where to go to return the child, or take the child to the Jedi, because that's who he said he's going to take it to. So Mando leaves the child with the lizard people from the very first of the episode, and they go off and do their mission. And one of them they're asking like, how many people do they have? And uh, one of the Mandalorians says, troopers. It can't hit the side of a bantha. So the running theory that the Imperial troopers, stormtroopers, terrible shots. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that at this time, the troopers are no longer the clones that we saw during the Clone Wars. They're more of conscripted and brainwashed, like we see in the last 3 of the Star Wars movies. So that's the difference between Attack of the Clones movie and the later movies. Why they were such good, skilled marksmen, and now they're not. It's not really mentioned all that much, but it's touched on. One of the gentlemen who plays an Imperial commander is JR Bourne. He's another one of those sci-fi TV show movies faces that when you see him, you go, yes. And he played Martouf in Stargate SG-1. So he's a very familiar face. And while the Mandalorians are attacking, they're thinking, oh man, there's like 9, 10 of them. Well, there's 4. And sorry, I got distracted. So the 4 Mandalorians are in what is basically the cargo bay area, and they're going to the end, and you see the troopers in there firing and shooting at them with overwhelming power, and one of the captains or whatever says, close the doors. Which ones? All of them. And so it just shows that the troopers were not the smartest, that they're really just pawns that do what they're told and don't really think for themselves. Well, that comes back and bites them in the butt because they're jettisoned. And the Imperial commander contacts Moff Gideon, played by Giancarlo Esposito, the big bad guy at the end of the last season. And Moff Gideon basically says, do what you need to. Take care of it. And so the commander kills the 2 guys in the cockpit and does a suicide dive. And the Mandalorians continue to push forward to attack. And one of the Mandalorians holds the commander guy and asks, where is it? The what? The dark saber. Does he have it? You already know. So, I had, from the first episode, so 2 of these back or whatever, I had made the comment that until I'm told, or it's in the script or whatever, that what Moff Gideon had was a saber, a lightsaber, and not a vibra-sword, I'm not going to change my tune. Well, this does talk about the dark saber. So that was very good possibility of what Moff Gideon had. So I was wrong. But the dark saber is very important when it comes to the Mandalorians. They'll get into that more. I'm fairly certain. And then the Imperial commander basically does a suicide pill or gets shocked by Moff Gideon, or I don't know. He's killed. And Mando is told where to take the child and to meet the Jedi, to go to Caladan. Yeah. Mando's ship is repaired, and it looks crummy. And as they're taking off, the kid sees a squid-like creature, very similar to the one that ate him, or tried to eat him. It's crawling up, one of the cables or whatever, and Mando reaches out and squeezes it, and then the kid eats it. So we've got so much more to see. I'm excited. But that's all I have for today and for this week. So I will see y'all Monday, and take a chance and explore something new or old, but new to you. Adventure is out there. Go find it. Y'all have a good weekend.